So next I want to talk about converting a water canal into an ice canal. So here we've got a little piece of test water canal. It runs through that little island. It runs for 40 blocks, so nothing special. So we're going to show you how we can convert it. So we'll start with the first turtle there. We go to option 5, then option 4, which is ice canal. And you can either make a new ice canal or convert an existing water canal. So that's what we're going to be doing. So it shows you where you can place your turtles on any of 4 positions across here. I've got the first 2. There's another one that could go here, another one could go here. You can do them 1 turtle at a time, or you can do 4 in a row. It's very flexible and free and easy. You don't have to have a specific number to do the job. It just takes longer the more turtles you use. So we're going to do a convert water canal, because that's this lower row here, positions 5, 6, 7 and 8, which are 5, 6, 7, 8 if we were doing it here. So we're going to type the turtle position of the first one, which is 5 here. So that's position 5. Then it wants to know how many torches, so let's keep it at 16. Now the canal length is 40, so it tells you that the turtle's on the left side of the path, and then it flicks to this. So it wants slabs to the length required, which is 40 slabs. We've got 43 here, so that'll do. Then it says not bricks, add 3 stone to any slots. The reason it says not bricks is you might be tempted to use cobble deepslate that you have converted to cobble deepslate bricks, but it causes a problem with identifying the type of stone in there. So I'm just keeping it to pure stone, so we can just add 3 stone. This is where the torches will be placed on, and now we're going to add 3 torches. And that's it. We can let it do its job. So as you can see, it's placing the first stone with a torch on top of it, and then it will place them at intervals of 16. Now you'll notice when it gets to this point here that if we were to stand on here, we don't have enough headroom to get through here, so this will break the column or the block above in order to make us enough headroom. So as you can see, I can walk safely through. And then any moment now it will place another torch. And then move on until it gets to the end of the canal. Okay, so we're now going to do the same thing with this stretch here, which will be where we place the ice blocks. Okay, so we're back at the start of the canal, and we've put this turtle in position 2, ready for the next bit. So again, Toolkit, Canal Bridge and Walkway, Ice Canal, and this time we're going to do position 6, because we're converting a water canal, and so we're going to put it in position 6. Place ice as well. The reason it's asking that is that we can put this packed ice either on this side or this side of the canal. No need to do it both. One block, every other block gives a perfectly good working ice canal, so you can choose which side you put them on. I just generally put them on the same side as the torches, which is the left side. It's just my preference. So yes, we want to place ice as well. Length is 40. Turtles on the left side, alternate ice, and it says add 20 packed ice to any slots. So let's find that's 19. We don't need that in that. and we don't need that in there, and let's just add one more ice, and that's all it needs. So it puts the first ice down on the position that you start it off at. Then what it's doing by jumping up and down like this is that if we are within an existing canal, as we will be up here that is enclosed with a roof, it will break the roof to the correct height so that you can walk on it down here. And it's breaking the block above it so that it brings it level with the towpath here. And it's reached the end of the 40. So had we made it 41 or longer, it would have moved forward and placed another block just here. So this is fine. Now the next stage logically would be to place it again at the beginning and get it to just break the blocks up here and remove any blocks that are on the ground. But as we're already on water, there's not a great deal of point in doing that, because you'd be wasting a lot of fuel and time getting the turtle to break non-existent ground blocks and non-existent ceiling blocks, except for in here. So in this case it's actually quicker to just place a turtle, count how many blocks you want to break, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then go forward 6, D for dig, and that will simply break through and do the job. But if you had a long canal that was a multitude of going through water, going through solid land, then you can just start the turtle off at the beginning and it'll do the job. So that's entirely up to you how you do it. The final one, of course, will be to lay a towpath just as we've done on here, except this one we will do by not putting any torches in. So I'll just do that for completeness. So final one. So again we choose 5, then 4, and this time we're on position 8, which is the far side of the canal. Torch spacing 0, length 40, and then it will want the 40 slabs. Let's put those in. I'll just go and get, oh here we are, and that's it. So again it's going to go up and just simply place those in a straight line all along here, and when it gets to the existing canal entrance here, it'll break through. As you can see, it's breaking the ceiling blocks here. There we go. So we have now completed converting a water canal into an ice canal. So I can get into my boat, and then this is the difficulty on ice canals, is that the slightest touch on the keys and you swivel round and round and round. It's really annoying, but you can go really fast. Now we're going to extend this converted water to ice canal, and we're going to create a new ice canal from here just through that island over there, which is 75 blocks ahead. So there are 2 or 4 positions you can place the turtle to create a new ice canal, either on top of this block here on the ice, on top of the water, or on top of this block here. Any turtle placed here or here will move in and operate from the canal itself. So I've started this one in the default position that it would go to anyway. So we'll demonstrate that shortly. So let's get started. So toolkit as before, and then we're going to choose ice canal. Now this time we're going to extend it, or basically it's a new canal, so we're not converting the water canal, we're doing a new ice canal, and we're in position 2, which is this one here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're in position 2. Torch spacing will make that 16. Ice as well, yes. Just coming back to the torches. By default, when you start this off, it will create a torch or place a torch to its left if it's this side, or to its right if it's this side, on the first block that it's standing on. It will also check whether that is already an ice block. If it's not, it will place an ice block. If it is, it will start counting from here to place ice on alternate layers. So we've already calculated that this is 75 long. A brief description of showing where it was, and it now wants the slabs added. So 64, let's chuck in a few extras. So we'll put 5 stone in here, and those are used to make the pillar on which the torch stands. And we'll put the 5 torches in, and then as soon as I put the last one in, I'm going to press the escape on the assumption that it starts straight away. Oh no, it wants the packed ice, of course. There we go. So we want 38 of those. Let's put 32. So it will start straight away when I put 38 of these in. Ready. There we go. So what we should see now is that it breaks that slab and puts a torch in place. And you'll notice that it went up another block. That's to clear the ceiling if we were inside an area like that. So it's now approaching dry land. Another torch. Take out the block, replace it with ice. The next block will be removed but not placed with ice. This one will be replaced with ice. So very shortly it'll start to burrow into this and hopefully leave us as the player walking on this ledge with sufficient headroom. As you can see, the height of the canal is now just right for us to walk on the side wall. Even if there was a solid block, we would still have sufficient space. You can see we've got 1, 2 and then half blocks here. This should finish any minute now if I calculated it correctly. Yes, there we go. So that's the end of the ice. 5, 4. Now this time we're in position 4 of the new ice canal. 0 for torches, no to ice, canal length 75, total on the right side on the towpath, and now of course it wants slabs again. So we've got 64, 32, and that's it. So it's now going to move into position, checking that there was a slab there. And you'll notice how when we're not converting a canal, it doesn't put a block under the water. The slabs just stay on the surface. And at the same time, had there been any solid blocks here, they would have been wiped out. Let me demonstrate that. If I place a cobble block here, we should destroy this one in the middle and place slabs over the tops of those. You'll notice it rose up because it found there wasn't water below, so it assumed there might be a ceiling up ahead. Okay, approaching solid ground again. Checking whether there's anything above, breaking the one below. There we go. So we've now got the full length of canal there. So I've gathered up the turtles and we'll place the boat down. Forward we go at quite considerable speed. There we go. So that's the ice canal finished. I usually put solid blocks at the ends or junctions to slow the boat down and allow you full control of the movement. Right, so we've finished this ice canal. I'll just show you on the map. So we've come from home, across here, down to here, and this is where the packed ice is that I wanted to get more of to build more canals with. So that it's been well worth building this canal. So you'll see that we've got like a sheer face up here, and so we can use the turtle to create ourselves a staircase up the mountain there. So let's use Toolkit, and this time we're going to use 9, which is building a minecart, and then 8, build an upward track. So as you can see, we can start with the turtle and just build upwards. Go up by how many blocks? Not sure how tall that is. That seems to be about 12, 13. Let's make it initially, say, 20 blocks, because I'm sure it goes a lot higher. I'll ask for some stone to go in the way here, so let's put some of that in, and hopefully we'll see this going up. So as you can see, it's digging above it to allow space for us, the player, to go in, and the amount of space it's leaving is actually allowing us to put a set of stairs on here. Now, one reason I like using deepslate is if we get some deepslate, let's maybe just use this initially. I can actually put the deepslate straight into the stone cutter, and we can choose our stairs. Let's go for the deepslate brick without having to craft them from the cobblestone, which is really nice. So we can then place those in, and as we go up the staircase that the turtle is digging for us. So let's turn around and put the torch on. It's getting a bit dull. Another torch. So you can see down the slope there. Now, the fact we've hit dirt is quite promising. It would assume that we're fairly close to the, oh, look at that. Yeah, that was good timing. So let's get this dirt out. I think the turtle's probably done its job for now, so we can now dig that out and finish this manually. Nice, so we've cut ourselves a cliff path down to the canal, and there's still a bit of a way to go to get to the packed ice, but you can see how we can now make use of the turtle, if we wish, to dig another staircase even further up here. So here we are at the top of the mountain with ice around us. My inventory is pretty full, so I'm having to head back, but I've created, with the help of the turtle, this continuous staircase and path which takes us all the way back down to the canal. So again, just another little demonstration of the kind of useful stuff that you can use a turtle for. The final thing on the list of things to do with the canal bridge and walkway is the last one, which is the boat bubble lift. So we're going to do that here. So we've got a canal which I've just taken through 90 degrees, and rather than cutting through here, we can actually make the canal lift here, so it goes up a level or even 2 levels, and then we can bring it down again the other side if we want to, and then join up. Or so you might want to do this for some particular purpose rather than just cutting through the landscape. You can go over it if you wish. So this is the way it works. We put the turtle down next to a quadruple water source system. So here we've got the 4 water sources, and then what it does is to create this soul sand sort of double level, which raises up the water. So let's put it to use. So we'll press enter. Let's make it go up 2 levels. So we need 2 buckets, 20 stone, I'll just put a stack in, 4 gates and 6 soul sand. I'll put 8 in, and we can watch what it does. So it's filling up the buckets with water, soul sand in the bottom here, and then ahead of us as well. Now the gates have to be manually opened by the player. If you use redstone to open them, they don't stay open when the turtle leaves, so it's a bit of annoying. So I'll just manually do those now. Coming back to get water. So it's done the 2 sets of gates here, so the canal can now be continued on the level above. So it's just going to lay down the blocks and drop a couple of water sources there. That's it, so it's done. We go around this side and get to it. Okay, so this is, we just open that, and the way this works is that the boat can be can go through the gates, and the soul sand kind of throws the boat up in the air, so that it doesn't matter whether you have water or ice here. It will you still need to have soul sand and water here, but it's sufficiently bubbling to throw you up and push you forward. So what I'll do is I'll get this out the way and show you how it works with a boat. How this works: if we take a short ride in the boat onto the water, face the lift, and then head through at full speed. There we go. So that's got us up. Going down is of course much easier because we just go straight over the bubble lift and we end up in the water. So there it goes. So I'll now convert it to right, so this has been converted now to an ice canal, so we'll show you going down first of all. That's nice and simple. Now going back up is a rough ride. So first thing you have to do is get yourself lined up nicely. Is get as close to the centre as you can. Then when you go in, you'll be thrown violently up and down, and eventually you should get up on the ice, so keep your finger down on the forward button. And there we go. So we finally got kicked out and back onto the ice. So it does work, but it's a rough ride. No idea what that looks like from the outside, but probably pretty spectacular. But anyway, it does work. So you could of course then do another lift from this direction if you wish to go over. It works much better in water canal than it does in ice, but I just wanted to show you the principle that you can use a lift system using gates and soul sand to lift a boat on a series of locks on a canal.